Yeah. So why don't you guys tell me about your characters real quick?
Okay. You can go ahead first on me.
Okay. My name Pook. And, I don't talk much because talking hard.
You sound like Stitch. You're adorable.
I am top member of Cobalt Militia. Picked me up because I was kind of violent. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're so cute.
Uh, Pook met best buddy Scales. Scales very tall. Let's climb on him. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, I love him.
He keeps following me around. I'm Scales because no one bothers to ask me my actual name. They just call me that. I'm a wizard. I have no use for material weapons. My magic. I will either live by magic or die by magic. Wait, did I say I was a wizard? I'm a fucking sorcerer.
Oh god, why did I just have Wizpig flashbacks?
No. No is big. Never again.
I had to see the joke.
It was a
Wizpig
campaign.
was
Don't worry about it.
Wizpig some other time.
Okay.
He sounds delicious.
Ooh.
Yeah, you would think a pig with 3 raptors as pets would have already been eaten, but no. Apparently being a druid saves you from that kind of shit. Anyway, that means it's my turn. Matthew Schaller. Nice to meet you, man, but you just call me Matty. I've been known to procure certain items from time to time. Name your price and I'll get it for you.
Dildo.
What dildo?
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Markiplier. Sorry.
Just into a bag, pulls out a random one, goes,
Why do you have that?
That's a penis.
Because somebody will buy it at a high price.
Supposedly.
Don't worry about it. I may be a hoarder.
So it's yours. Oh my.
But no, I just kind of got roped in with these. What found me while I was trying to procure an item and decided to, and I guess out of the goodness of their heart, decided to help me. Just kind of hanging around with them ever since. You need somebody to stab something. Occasionally.
Truer
Many
words
times
were
over.
never spoken.
Friendship. For Highlands. Yay.
Okay, so that leaves one more. That is the only other person in the party is an NPC. His name is Rubus. He has one nickname and only one person uses it, and he wants to strangle that person. He's a hunter, a ranger. He gathers furs and other things for the village. He's just kind of, you know, that one angsty teen who hates everything in the world? Yeah, that's him.
You mean what Prism's starting character was?
Kinda. Just think Keith from Voltron. That's about it.
I still need to finish that. It's on my list of my giant list of things to finish. I like Voltron. I just didn't have time after I started watching it.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Mm.
So, Pook, why are we up on this cliff?
I don't know. There
You're
is a cliff.
You're the one that led us up here.
I was? I thought you were the one leading us.
Oh,
Must be Tuesday. Anyway.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I suppose I could go for some tacos.
So you're all just standing on a cliff. Not really any reason for it. You just all go there.
there is no reason, like, we just fall. I just imagine the kobold saw something, told us to all come look, and we just ended up on this cliff.
Well,
You're
on a
not
cliff.
inaccurate.
You're all on a cliff. What do you do now?
Oh, I'm going back to the village. I have more research to do.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm going home.
Mm. Hmm.
Hmm.
So. He just awkwardly looks at Pook like, hi. Beautiful day, isn't it? Like, reaching for something to talk about as he really doesn't want to go home. Yeah. Okay.
Butterfly. Delicious. Poop just randomly chases a random insect.
As long as it isn't a stink bug, it'll be fine. Not gonna feel good about that in the morning. I guess Maddie will just sit on a rock safely on the edge of the cliff, just seeing if he can see anything interesting from his good vantage point in the on the face of a cliff facing the village. Ooh.
Solid.
Sorry, what were you doing?
So
I
that's what
zoned
it's
out.
like to have. It's alright, Slow. I just, while Pook's running around chasing a butterfly or what have you, Maddie's just gonna sit on a rock and overlook the village and with a 21% see if he sees anything interesting going on.
Okay. So it's getting near dusk. It's later in the afternoon. The air is salty and cool against your face. You're getting a good breeze from the sea. Your village is on a little island, not a peninsula, so you're on the very western tip, I want to say. No, you're on the eastern because you're facing the sunset. And suddenly, there's this metal taste in the air. Like iron. And you get this feeling of dread.
Oh, that's
And then as
that's
quickly as it
probably
happens,
not
it disappears.
that. That's weird.
What happened?
See what the guys think about it. Pats the kobold on the head, goes, you didn't notice that, Pook?
Tastes like weird. Tastes like metal. Not the fun kind of metal.
There's a
Don't
fun
like
kind
this.
of metal.
Yeah, heavy metal.
It's fair.
He goes, well, I'm gonna go talk to... Might as well go talk to them. the man and or woman and the person her out and let them know what we found. Say it.
No, Butterfly, stop running away. Wait for Poke.
So, which one of these is the elder test? So I can just park my character over it.
I'd say the biggest one over here.
As as Maddie just knocks at the door.
This
Holy
man
shit.
opened it.
What the heck is that?
It's Batman!
It's a bird.
That's a guy I recognize from a different game. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
just remembering his voice now.
This is Mayor
And
Geo.
I figured I should report it to you. It was just for a moment, but me, Pook, and I guess it was just me and Pook. The others seem to have gone to do their own. Me and Pook were hanging out at the cliff, and a slight moment, the air started to taste like metal and just didn't feel right. I thought I'd let you know that something might be going on.
Yeah.
Sure, it was just one of the fishing boats, my boy. No worries, no worries. Why don't you two just run along? We have important matters to attend to. And he closes the door in your face.
Adults. Come on, Pook.
Okay.
We're gonna go take a look at it. We're gonna take a look at the fishing boats. If you want to grab scales, he might be of some use.
Okay, go grab call one.
Pook is gonna run off just to get scales.
Yes, Pook, what is it?
Ah! Ah! It tasted like unfun metal. And Chief said not to think about it. But Pook has to think about it. Because Marty said so.
Oh, Geo. You know what? I'm not even gonna say. Let's just go. Where are we heading?
Oh, we're heading to the docks.
Okay. Matthew.
I have to have ducks.
Yeah. Or Maddie. Maddie just kind of waits for them when they show up. Goes, ah, thank you, Pook. The elder said not to worry about it, but I'm gonna worry about it.
That's because you're wise, Matthew.
Anyway, he said it might be a fishing boat, so I figured the docks and see if anything got wrong, and if we start dealing with any weird shit, that seems to be your area of expertise.
Very well, I suppose we can start inspecting the boats.
Guys! 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 Guys!
Yes, Pook.
Yes, Pook.
There are no seagulls! Look at the water! Everything's calm! It shouldn't be this way!
I'm gonna roll perception to listen for any noise whatsoever.
Pretty good.
And I'm just gonna roll nature because I have ranks in it or I have a modifier to it just to see if, like, maybe it's just low tide or something.
Pook shall use his amazingly pooky hearing to listen. Oh,
That's an interesting bunch of rolls right there.
yep.
I think we lost the GM.
I think okay.
Mara.
I'm looking for the thing. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We just didn't hear anything. We're like, what?
It's just weird to hear dead silence. I apologize.
It's quiet. Ambiently quiet. The boats are all accounted for, but they're all strangely empty. You can hear the creaking of the boats, the sound of the wind, but there are no birds, no one talking, no sounds of people rushing around and moving cargo from place to place. There's just strange creaking in the wind and the odd crash of the waves.
This is unnatural, Matthew. Where is everybody?
That's an excellent question. I don't know, I mean, we could just
Puka's gonna try and get on one of the ships.
You are on a ship. There is a man aboard. He has his back to you. He has not yet noticed you.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Where did I put his right? There it is. Mm. Oh. Tiny one.
Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Can I ask a
tiny one.
question?
Ask.
What? Why is everything so calm here? No, Melissa
Everyone
didn't
went
happen.
home. There was
Ah.
a omen this morning. An oracle came, warned of danger, that someone would be taken from the water. So everyone's been staying away from the water today.
Wait, then why are you on water?
Because the one who is supposed to be taken is supposedly a child. And I'm no child.
Okay.
But you three should perhaps go more inland.
Okay. Guys! Crazy old person told Pook we're gonna get kidnapped.
Did he offer you candy?
Was he driving an unmarked white van?
No, a giant white boat with no windows.
Puka's just gonna go like,
They said there was a scary thing and then that bad thing might happen to young people.
Interesting.
Where did
Might be.
Ruben go?
That's a great question. Where is Foxy Boy?
He went home.
There is a ill intent. Perhaps we should let him know. He lives on the cliff side.
Yep.
Yeah,
He lives by
you
himself.
guys go and let him know I'm gonna do what I do. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and roll stealth and just like disappear into the shadow.
If you're going to try to reach his house, I'm going to need you to roll either an athletics or a dexterity check. Because there is no clear path to his house.
I'm just gonna take the time. Take the time to while they go get Foxy Boy.
upside by level 1.
that hard.
I'll say you actually slip a couple times on the rocks and you almost fall into the ocean a couple times. Ho ho ho! But you make it across, and by the time you get to the end, you look up and Puka's kind of just standing there like, hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Fucking, fucking ninja kobold.
Pook has walked past this place many a time in his childhood.
Knock, knock, knock. Reuben, are you in there?
Rubus.
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 Sorry, I'm hungry.
Your points.
Rubus.
Anyway, there's no answer.
You know what? Pook is gonna try to kick down the door.
I was gonna say, Cook, would you mind?
He could just take a bath. No, we immediately all go to.
How do you do this? Like, how do you slam against the door?
I think Pook is just gonna be. Well, let's. Wait, no, Peek. No, wait. Pook is actually smarter than Sandwich. Never mind. He's gonna raise his foot and try to kick down the door.
You don't get it the second time, and you kind of you get a look. It's like, really? And then you're like, no, I got this. And then you slam it again, and it opens.
It's like, okay, wait, no, I got this. Like runs off.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So, did my token end up on the map layer? Because I have no control over it.
Oh, it might have. Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's fine.
There we go. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Rubus?
You've never
Rubus.
actually. You've been to his house a couple times, but you've never actually had time to explore the inside. It's kind of dusty and kind of like an old shack in a way. There's lots of shells and spears and a couple bows around. There's lots of seashells and lots of things from the ocean. Like stones and rocks and things that are just shiny in general.
Can I use... Oh, no, that one. I would have to roll knowledge of nature to know that shit. Oh. Maybe it's out shell collecting, but if the oath is true... Does anyone else hear a cat?
The
You
the
hear it.
So I guess investigation.
Yoshi, are you bothering a cat?
Pook is gonna start. Pook is gonna walk in and just look around
Yes,
with his
you
dark
were. You
vision.
were bothering Smokeweed.
Hello. Rubus. It's Pook.
It's Pook. I'm touching your stuff.
Looks on you. I don't have stuff.
No, I meant
Can
you
I
were
roll
touching
survival
his
to
stuff.
see if I can? Oh. Can
It's
Pook
Pook,
roll
I'm
survival?
Rubus. Rubus. It's Pook. If you are here, give a sign.
Can I roll an investigation?
sure.
I shall roll investigation.
Jesus Christ, you guys are too good at that.
It's a good day today, apparently.
Until we get into combat, then we're all gonna die.
Horrible screaming deaths in agony. It'll be a
Level
fun
one.
time for the whole family.
Oh god.
shucks. No, he doesn't. He's just like,
Tell me your secrets.
I don't know why I have a flashback of magic.
Glisten.
Nice.
It's supposed to be glisten. It whispers back to you. Your eyes glisten like beautiful gemstones. It's a man's voice.
Thank you. Scales, I think this thing's hitting on me.
How is it that you speak? In fact, knowledge arcana.
I'm just gonna look around to see if someone was fucking with him.
It just repeats the same thing over and over. It's a message shell. It's used by Myrrh most of the time to send messages back and forth. It's enchanted to repeat what it hears. And the message it carries is the one it carries forever.
Do we recognize the voice from anyone?
No, you've only listened to the one.
But it's a male's voice.
Yes.
Interesting. Did Rubus find these, or did he receive them? In fact, I guess that would be another investigation. Are there more of these talking seashells?
There are a lot of shells and a lot of different things scattered around the room. There doesn't seem to be any real order to it.
Pook is gonna walk up. Pook is going to walk up to one of the doors and try to open it.
Doors?
If there's like any doors, Pook is gonna walk up to one and try to open it.
There's like 3.
Okay, he's gonna open the third door.
The kitchen.
Right now, we're looking for him not eating his food.
Indeed, Pook.
He's gonna try and sneak a sausage.
I guess I'll
There are
open
no
the-
sausage.
Damn it.
There's a lot of dried fruit and nuts. There's a couple like dried meats, like jerky. But other than that, there's not really any actual food there.
Oh.
Scales will try to open the first door.
Okay. You swipe some jerky. No one's there to see you swipe jerky. But you've swiped jerky.
Yeah.
If somebody was there to see you, they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I know Scales is technically with me, so I can't.
He's in another room, though.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
walked into the first room. Or the first door.
The first door is his bedroom.
Ooh.
I'm
You
getting
can tell a lot about a man by his bedroom.
There's an adequately sized bed in the room, and there is a chest of drawers. And like the other room, there's lots of shells, except there's not as many nets or spears or anything. Actually, there are no weapons at all in plain sight in this room. It's just shells and stones and different shiny things.
Pook is gonna go to the second room.
It's a bathroom.
Am I tempted to have Pook try and search the toilet? Damn it, he's tiny. I know he can't do it.
You can try. I mean, do whatever, man.
No, Pook is gonna follow Scales.
They come back. Pook, why do you smell like shit?
Adventure!
Scales walk out of the bedroom. I am concerned, Poop. We should
What?
meet back up with Matthew.
Okay.
But first, Pook is gonna go underneath the bed. He's gonna search for something.
There are a couple boxes.
He's gonna throw the boxes out of the bed, out from underneath the bed, and climb back out.
Found boxes!
What is in them?
You open one, and it's more shelves, but these look more taken care of than any of the others. Like they're, I don't know, I don't want to say used often.
Yes, a box of used shells under the bed. That is indeed the euphemism.
Oh, that's not what I mean, but damn it. Anyway,
I guess he's
but you get the sense that these are precious. And
That's
there's one that's full of pictures. There's
That's interesting.
there's a man that looks like Rubus, and there's a other lady who also resembles him slightly, but not as much as the guy.
Aw, Mama and Papa.
Indeed.
There's also a knife in the box.
Dibs!
No,
What? Why not?
because these are Rubens.
It has something engraved into the hilt.
Oh, what does it say?
It's written in Tabaxi.
Can I roll
got my
an?
kitty cat.
I don't think Tabaxi was a language I could have taken. Anyways, can I roll an intelligence for this slight chance of figuring it out?
Sure.
No.
You have no idea. The other boxes, I mean, it's different kind of cleaning supplies. There's a sharpening stone. Uh, one of them is a sewing kit. That's about it. Hmm.
I think Pook is just gonna look at the sharpening stone, check if it has his engravings in it. If it doesn't, puts it away. If it is,
I'll say it's the one you lent him.
okay, Pook is gonna put it back into his pocket.
I'm attempting to copy the writing, so maybe someone else can.
Okay. I'll say you do that.
Where do you think kitty cat go?
Okay,
It's a very ornamental looking knife. Like, not really something. It's more ritualistic than anything. It's pretty.
Mhm. Now put it back where it belongs, Poop. We are leaving. I'm gonna write a note for Rubus, and hopefully Maddie has figured some stuff out.
Okay.
He's gonna put all the boxes away.
I leave a note on I guess, the main table in his room, or in the main room. Just saying, supposed omen, adults didn't fucking tell us. Give
They told the
village-
ones with families.
Oh, really? They leave the kobold out. Wow. That was
Hey, they
fast.
didn't tell me. They didn't tell me shit either.
Essentially, we're all on our own. It's whoever, yeah. We're probably all just outsiders, more or less. So,
I think
I
like
guess
Pook's gonna walk back out.
Pook saw something underneath there that had a picture of a lady.
yes, I saw that picture too. It was a family photo.
No, there was another one. I just didn't bring it out.
You little shit.
Pook just walks past.
Okay, dexterity to try to get back over.
Okay.
With the natural 20, does Pook doesn't need to worry about it?
Pook does not need to worry about it.
Okay, you're just gonna walk underneath Scale's legs, start walking back.
No, you found a secret tunnel that you fit in. Scales can't, but you can.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we did our thing. Now it's time for Maddie to do his thing.
Just standing in the shadow of the building, sees you two walk up, goes,
You,
so where's the...
Spooky! Alright. I'm happy.
did you find anything, Matthew?
DK just kind of glares at you. And then goes, no, I didn't find any... Holy shit, the old man disappeared.
What?
Trying to decide if that's the DM cleaning up or something that actually happened.
I don't know.
Eh.
I'm tempted to roll a perception and just see if I didn't see out the corner of my eye this guy gets dragged to Hades.
It's fine.
You said that last time, and then there was a summoning circle of undead knights.
It's fine.
To be honest, we didn't bring up the summoning circle of undead knights. We just assumed they were doing something stupid. Anyway, Maddie goes. Where's Foxfire or whatever animal?
Rubus!
Rubus is a tabaxi, and he is not there. We left a note, but I'm concerned. By the way, Matthew, do you read tabaxi?
Unfortunately, no. What little extra time I had learning Draconic, so...
Yes, and, well, I could never find the books on tabaxi, and Rubus was never really keen to teach me.
I don't know. Let me take a look at it. Thieves' Cant is a mishmash of languages. I'll see if I can tease something out.
I give him this look.
No.
Nope. He's like, yep, that's all.
Yep, that's tabaxi.
Yep, that's. Wait for to nat 20 and be like, hey.
It's like, oh yeah, you guys don't speak tabaxi.
Wow, that?
No.
Concerning. It was on some sort of ritualistic knife under his bed. Pook went exploring.
Yeah. Also, there's a picture of a lady. But Pook don't want to talk about it.
Also, he had a very lot of seashells, including one that spoke and said, "Your eyes glisten like beautiful gemstones." It's an enchantment usually. I'm telling Matthew, Pook.
Oh, I thought you were complimenting Pook. Never mind.
It is a spell used by merfolk. It was a male voice, so I am concerned. Perhaps foolishly, perhaps we should check further down the docks and see if we can find anything.
I mean, there's that lone dock off the side. We could scout out there if anything's gonna come up. I would assume it's either gonna come. Well, I was going to suggest the stealthy approach, but I guess that's my job.
We have Pook. Do you really think
No.
so?
No.
Do I even have to say it?
On his fucking face, just takes 2 steps, goes to slink back into the shadows, takes 2 steps, and just goes smack. Ow.
You
That
upset
much
about
you-
being a kobold? We're very hard to see and tiny as fuck.
Just tripped over Pook. Ah! Fuck! Ah! Fuck! Ow! Ow!
Scales just rolls his eyes.
No, 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 he just does the Family Guy thing. Just grabs his knee. Ah! No.
Ah!
That embarrassing attempt at stealth. What do we see when we get down to to the docks? As I guess the Hume's gonna be the rogue is the only one not going to be in stealth because they rolled halfway confident.
You're at the end of the dock.
I roll perception or investigation?
I mean, I'd say perception, investigation if you want to focus on a specific thing.
Perception right now, and then investigation.
Jesus,
If anything.
Pook.
There's
Look at your
still
kobold
this
eyes.
stagnant feeling in the air. Everything is just a little too calm. The air is just a little too thick. And there's this mix of anticipation and just, what's the word? Foreboding.
Which one of you is stronger? I have an idea, but I need to know which one of you is stronger.
What do you think?
I take the rope out of my bag, tie one end around my hand, the other end I hand to Pook, and go. When it happens, I need you to pull on this as hard as you can. And I'm gonna walk to the end of the docks and stick my head in the water. And I'll
Your
roll
head?
investigation.
Why not use the tinier one?
Did you say
I
head
will
or
help you,
hand?
Pook.
Head.
Oh my god.
Actually, I was gonna do the same thing.
Oh my god. You're all screwed.
I think Pook is just like staring at this like,
Should I pull now?
Okay.
Investigation.
Roll Constitution to see if you can hold your breath.
Let's do this.
Okay,
That
you
ain't
don't
bad.
drown, I guess. But this is the ocean. And you can't
yeah.
see a damn thing. I'm kidding. It's not that bad.
Pook is
The
gonna
water down there is calm, and then when you submerge your head, you realize it gets even more quiet. And it just gets even more eerie, which you didn't think was possible. Adding on that you're holding your breath at this point, and you think you see something. There's no fish around, which is really strange. Like, not one. The water is just empty.
Well, unless anything's gonna directly try to fuck me over, I'm gonna start pulling my head out the water so I can turn around and explain everything to them.
I pulled the rope.
he pulls the rope as my head's coming up, just snaps back. Ah!
He gives you whiplash.
I appreciate your concern, but believe it or not, it's fucked underwater.
Wait, what?
Like there's no fish.
This is concerning.
Thought I saw something interesting, but that just may be my eyes playing tricks on me.
Pook is gonna dunk his head in the water.
Roll
Oh,
a
no.
Constitution.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh god. I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, you heard me.
A dexterity save. Okay. Oh wait, wait. Was it supposed to be a Constitution saving throw or a Constitution check?
I'm trying to see if you fall in the water or not now. Because you're now currently gagging on water.
Oh boy!
You fall into the water!
Please tell.
To
Thank
be
you
fair,
for the
I'm also
last
holding
rope.
onto the rope, so.
You didn't state that.
But I'm the kobold. I'm tiny. I know I'm not gonna fucking do anything good if I can by myself.
You're in the water.
Oh, for the
Can
love
you
of
swim?
Scales
Yes, I think Pooh can swim.
Okay, then you're fine. You're just floating on top of the water, gagging on air.
Maddie's gonna pull the little guy up.
I'm gonna walk into the water, hold my breath, and submerge to try to look around.
Okay.
Ah, that's what you do. You hold your breath.
Okay, you get to roll an advantage. Constitution.
So is it a save or a check?
Just a check.
Save is better.
Oh, honey.
It seems the lizards cannot swim.
I mean, you hold your breath, but then you realize, wait, water goes up your nose.
Our nostrils are not built to be pinched.
Yeah.
Can I just like reach over in the water and pull the damn lizard up? Like,
You're gonna have to make
Can
a
I
strength
still-
check to pull him out, because he's bigger than you.
Can
I
I
grab him by
still
the tail.
make a perception check?
There you go. Yeah, Pook pulls you out.
fucking just rip. Now, before you two accidentally kill yourselves. So,
I'm getting concerned.
I have an idea. Anybody got any food? Yeah, and I want to test it.
I hand him some rations.
Pook just throws jerky in the water.
It just kind of bobs there for a second before sinking.
I'm gonna take the string out of my bag, wrap like a piece of ration around it, and just throw it in the water and basically hand fish. If I notice anything, I'll roll survival. Because I assume that's a survival skill.
Wait, what? A rupee? Wait, you want? Oh, wait, you want to roll survival?
Nothing
Okay,
happens.
No, I was rolling survival because I was doing something survival-ish. He just drops
Yeah.
drops the string in the water.
Yeah.
Shit.
You tried.
I tried.
I think Pook is just like. I think. Is there like anyone else we know in terms of this town?
I mean, there's. Yeah, I can go through a list if you like.
Please do. If there's anyone that essentially would tolerate Pook.
Okay, there's Levy, the barmaid, who's a tabaxi. There's the bookkeeper, Rivari, who is a tiefling and she owns a library. Sue, who owns the bar. Oh god, there's two levies. Why are there two levies? There's Claire, the, I want to say Holy Knight, but it is not what they're called. The paladin. Tara, who's kind of a pickpocket, but she's fine. She's a bard. And then there's Grams. Everyone loves Grams.
Library wouldn't be a bad stop if it's open.
Pook is gonna go visit Levy.
I will go to the library if you wish to, as well.
Let's. Yeah, let's go. Somebody should know about something. Let's go talk to the smartest person in town.
So, who are we doing
Besides-
first? Pook or you guys?
Who can go first?
Yeah, Pook is just
Are
one
you
guy.
sure about?
Okay, Pook is
Unless,
gonna enter the bar.
unless he's gonna flirt with the.
No, Pook is a teenager. Totally gonna flirt with her.
Okay, you enter the bar. The air is suddenly lighter, and the place is warmer and brighter. You just feel enveloped in a just gust of warm air. You can smell baking bread and ale throughout the place. There's music playing, and you see a barmaid running around serving food and drinks to people. And the way she delivers everything, the way she moves, just seems like a dance. And there's two cute little cat ears in her on her head.
When Levy essentially has stopped, Pook is gonna approach her.
She smiles at you, her little cat-like grin.
Levy!
Aw, hey, little Pookie.
Levy, Puka's nurse cannot find kitty friend.
Oh, you mean Rubus?
Yeah, can't
He
find
went home
him.
a while ago.
But he's not home, we checked.
Well, I saw him heading out there. I don't know where else he could be. He hasn't been here lately.
Oh. Do you know where he went? In which direction?
Well, he talked something about... Oh, I know. Last week, he mentioned something about some really annoying guy. Like, really annoying. Wouldn't get on his nerves, but I swear. And she, like, leans down and kind of whispers in your big ear, like, he blushed a little when he was talking about him.
Something kind of crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Levy,
She's, like, kneeling down, like, to your height now, just kind of smiling at you.
I think like Pook is just gonna take her by the hand, like.
bless buddy.
She grins and she kind of pats your head.
Do you know of what big word called oracle?
Oh, yeah.
Mentioned bad thing happened to child.
Yeah, Grammy had a vision last night.
Oh, you know where Grammy is now?
Yeah, she should be... She stands up and she looks over to the corner. And at the bar, Grammy's kind of just standing, mixing drinks and just chatting.
Okay. Pook is gonna like politely give her a kiss on the cheek, give her that little blep on the cheek.
She does, like, the finger wave, like, see ya, bye-bye. And she goes back
And
to
then
work.
he's gonna walk over to. Oh. Pook is gonna try to get over to Granny as fast as he can.
Why do I just imagine him waddling everywhere?
He's tiny. He actually can waddle if he wanted to.
I actually just imagine he like goes where medium-sized humanoids are just by like skimming through their legs and stuff. He'd make an excellent rogue.
Like,
Excuse me, wait a minute, sorry. Grammy,
Don't step
Oh,
on me.
Pookie dear.
hello.
Good afternoon.
Emma.
Hmm?
Do we have any
Look,
chicken wings, or did that get cooked?
Hmm?
Alright.
Blueberry.
Can you do me a favor real quick? I'm in the middle of a thing. Can you in the fridge, because freezer, because he's not coming, probably not coming back anytime soon. There's in the back there's a spicy chicken sandwich. Yes.
Let's all just eavesdrop on Ren's life.
No matter what, in every game, there will always be sandwich.
Anyway, I apologize. What's up?
It's fine. Pook is just gonna like gently tug on Grammy's skirt leg, like,
Grammy, you mentioned bad thing. Omen. What it looks
She
like.
looks down to you and she goes, "Oh, yes, dear. You should really be getting home soon. It's dangerous to be about tonight."
But Book cares about buddies. What if they get hurt?
As long as everyone stays away from the water tonight, everything should be fine.
What if you live near water?
Hmm. Perhaps you should ask someone to stay with someone else. They're
there's
supposed
a
to be
little
setting up
whimper of,
sanctuary in the town hall today for those that live on the water.
Pook is gonna like look at Grammy.
Grammy, what did
Dobbs
who
say it.
was Ruben's parents?
Oh, okay. Huh, okay.
What happened?
Hmm. Well, when Reuben was born, his mother got very sick. And she died because she got very weak. They couldn't afford much medicine or anything. That just left the boy and his father, and after the passing of his father was quite different. And, when he was a few years later, he passed as well. Since then, he's always been on his own.
Uh, did the mama have gemstone like eyes?
I think he had his mother's eyes, really.
Oh, okay. Hey, Grandma.
Mhm.
Give her the kobold blip on the cheek.
You
At
get
least
the
it tends
good
to.
grandma hug where it's just like warm and nice, and you get the nice pat on the head.
Yeah. On to the other guys.
Yep.
So you guys enter the library. It's kind of it's not quite like the bar, but when you enter, it's warmer, and the air smells like paper, and it's just kind of relaxing.
The library.
Love
And
it.
over at one of the tables, where is she? You can see Rivari just reading a book.
Just the woman I was looking for.
I'll allow you to talk to her. I will.
Scales, could I have a theory. Could you go check there should be a section on sorry, I'm trying to remember the actual term because my character would know. Sea stuff. That's the player not remembering the term. On sea stuff in one of these shelves, maybe we can find out why everything's gone so fucking.
Sea phenomenon, you mean?
No, I was actually talking about the study of the sea. I think it's like not a ecological or something.
Very well. Yeah. See if what was her name again?
Fuck.
Rivari.
See if Rivari can read Tabaxi. If not, we might have to go to Levy.
All right.
Either way, I will begin searching. I hand you the paper.
You walk up to Rivari and you just put the paper on the desk in front of her, and she just kind of glances up at you like, "What do you want?"
Well, so if all this was going to be more of a social call, I was going to see how the smartest woman in town's doing.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
I get it. Yeah, but you can't blame a man for trying. Anyway,
Man? Really?
Scales.
She goes back to her
Anyway,
book.
and anyway, we were wondering if you could read something. It's not in a language I know. It's in the fuck is that language called again? I'm sorry.
Tabaxi.
Nox or Tabaxi, and
Why don't you just go ask
I'm not
Levy?
really
It's kind of her language, you know? Or, I don't know, your cat friend? See why you had to come all the way to me.
Yeah, he's missing. Well, I wanted you to read that. Also, I wanted to pick your brain about something. Have you noticed how quiet everything is today? Like, have you been outside today?
No, but I've heard about the omen. Probably what it is.
Everyone knew about the omen but us.
Yep.
It's, it's, it's nice to know we can live here for a little while and still be out of the loop on basic information. Anyway,
She turns the page and just kind of is like, maybe people wanted you to be taken. She doesn't say it maliciously. It's like an offhanded, like, maybe that's a possibility. She's just really blunt.
Moonbeam had him. And, actually hurts. I was just wondering if you would. Way to knock the wind out of his sails. Just wham.
I wanted to ask Slow, can Pook just walk up to the library, just look for his friends, just to give him the information he got?
Sure.
Okay, so Pook opens up, sees Rivari. Hi, Rivari!
Oh, he's here. Anyway, I was just wondering, maybe you read a lot more than any of the rest of us do. I was wondering maybe you come across something about things like this.
She picks up the slip of paper and reads it. It says forever.
That moment, the two highest intelligent characters couldn't decipher a simple word. But he looks at her and goes, "Well, I appreciate it. I'm just gonna leave you alone now." As he just kind of walks back to the
Where did you get this from?
Scales and Pook found it while they were looking for
Rubus.
Rubus. Thank you, Rubinus.
We found it on a knife underneath his bed. Pook went.
It probably belonged to his daddy.
We also found a seashell that had an enchantment on it. I recognized it as a merfolk spell. It said your eyes glisten like gemstones.
Can you please stop hitting on Perk?
Pook, I am just repeating what it said.
It's still hit on Perk.
She listens to your description of the knife, and she thinks about it for a second before nodding to herself. She goes over to a bookshelf, flips her a couple books. She just throws them behind her when she's done. Until she gets to one, she goes, yeah. She walks back
Can I
over.
roll Dex to try to catch the books?
I mean, sure.
Oh, I get nailed by him.
You get smacked in the face once, and you kind of back away. She comes back over to the table. Yeah. Please stop. She comes back over to the table and opens the book. And there are a lot of pictures of different kinds of daggers and knives. Some look similar to yours, but they're all unique. That was an engagement gift. Sometimes used for tabaxis. Probably his parents.
Well, I'm glad I convinced Pook not to take it, but
That would have been quite rude.
yes, God damn it, Rubus, where the hell are you?
Oh, Perk right now.
Yes, Pook.
Yeah, Perk went to the bar and then.
Okay, he's gonna explain what happened. I can try and make it sound cute, but my brain is actually has a thing where it forgets details. So
So he had a friend. He perhaps that it was a merfolk, and that's where he got the shell.
And now.
They were
But,
multiple shells, you just only listened to one.
I don't know. Flirting with a merfolk, that's an
Pook,
interesting idea.
Pook is just gonna gently like tug on Nervari's pants leg.
Yes.
Nefari, question.
Yes.
What you think Omen can be? A giant sea snake thingy?
Don't be meta.
No, I'm not.
Hmm.
I think Pook doesn't really know what the hell's going on, so he's not gonna be like. He's just pulling stories he's probably read.
She puts her hand on her chin and she thinks for a moment. I think someone is going to be taken today. No matter what we do, someone is going to be taken.
Or
Whether
somebody
they
already
return or
has.
not, I think that is up to fate.
However, if we did not try to stop it, I would not be able to live with myself. Thank you
You
for
may
your
not
time,
be able to
Rivari.
stop it. The omen says someone will be taken. It says nothing that they will never return. It says they will be put into great danger, but not that they cannot be rescued. You may fail to keep them from being taken. Perhaps, if you wish, you could return them.
I would prefer that.
Well,
Basically,
perhaps I have
basically what
something
you're
for you then. She
Is it a
gets
hat?
up and she goes into a small room.
It's not a hat, it's a book.
She comes back out and she's holding a scroll.
That's not a hat at all! Or a book.
She hands it to you, Maddie.
I'm not the expert on these. He opens it, I guess, just to look at it.
It's a scroll of water breathing.
Oh, that's interesting. Scales. You may want to hold on to this. You're the more magically inclined of us.
Can I just read it and tell if it's just a single use, or could it enchant all of us, or would I have
It
to roll
works.
Arcana?
It only works once, but it's a radius thing.
Okay.
Oh, so it affects all of us.
Yes.
So
If we can find proof, it'd be good to use this to go underwater, but I don't want to waste such a valuable thing if we have no proof. But thank you,
Rivari
Rivari.
shrugs. I just hope fate will guide you.
I hope so too, Rivari.
yeah.
Pook is gonna hug Rivari's leg.
She just kind of looks down at you and just kind of nudges you off.
Take care, Lady Rivari.
Like the kind of
Lunch
person
gotta
that doesn't
bother
like
her enough.
dogs but doesn't want to be mean, so just kind of scoots away.
Yeah, let's go.
She's the one person who's never accepted Fook's affection.
She has
I'm
no
sure
heart.
the mayor hasn't either.
Bothered everybody.
So, okay, so I was under the understanding that we checked the shelves, but that was the only one that actually was talking.
No, you just only checked that one.
Oh, I guess that was my misinterpretation when I asked if about checking the other shelves. Anyways, we didn't check the other shelves. Should we go back to Rubus's and check them and perhaps use this scroll if we need to? His house is right by the water if he was being visited by merfolk.
I think Fook's gonna go there.
Yeah, Pook can go by his secret tunnel. Scales has to jump.
Yep. Does Maddie want to come along?
No. Maddie.
Maddie? Ren?
Really went to go get food. I'm just gonna drag him along.
Okay, so I will roll my dexterity. Watch me die.
You're fine.
Okay.
Maddie and Scales have to take the long ways. Fook just walks through the exit.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, can Pook check if this was made by Ruben? Or,
The shells?
no, the
It's
tunnel.
smaller than him.
Oh. I know Pook never made this, considering, yes, he's a kobold, but he never made this.
So are you like the color cobalt as on the sprite, or do you identify differently?
I'm a lot more shiny scaled, more silvery.
Ah, okay.
I'm actually green dragonborn.
Yeah, I know. I looked at your sheets.
Okay.
Is the door still kicked open from what happened with Pook?
Yep, you broke the lock.
I go back in and I start picking up shells and seeing if any of them have messages.
Just about all of them do.
This is concerning. Are there any
Most of
that
them
stand
talk about a person named Ruby.
Ruby?
They keep saying
If he has-
things like, my precious Ruby, how you're, like stuff like that, basically. Your eyes glisten, your smile is deafening. To hear your laugh is to watch the world burn and be reborn.
Wait, what was my last one?
Don't worry about it.
You back, Ryan?
Yeah, fucking the internet decided to kick me out.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
That's a good idea.
Mm.
So we're getting general things of essentially someone hitting on Rubus, calling him Ruby, and Pook is checking the shelves underneath the bed.
Wait, did Pook ever ask about the parents' names?
Nope.
Or... Ah, fuck. I forgot to ask for names.
I have knowledge history. Can I roll that?
No. You never met his
Oh,
parents and he doesn't talk about them.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, it's fine. You pull the shells from under the bed again and you listen. And they're a little different. These, they don't talk about him. The person speaking is talking about themselves. And all the other shells the voice is flirty, but these are sad. Like, some are about lonely nights spent without anyone else. About understanding pain of loss.
Oof.
They're almost heartbreaking to listen to.
Are they Rubus's
Oh.
voice?
No, it's the same voice in all of them.
So whomever Rufus wants to talk to, I
think-
wonder.
I think Pook is mentally like thinking this is the father. He's not as like because out of the one stat he uses. Normally, all of my characters are horrible. That Pook actually has a +2 in it.
Either that or it's somebody who's genuinely interested in knowing more about it.
The thing is, this is Merfolk enchantment. Not saying anyone else can not learn them, it's just most commonly used by them. I think we have reasonable,
Pook is going to borrow a shell and just walk over to see Granny.
I'm
Okay.
gonna. Can
Just
I
so you
make
know
an
that there is a tiny dock under the house that goes into the water. You can't really see it, but you can get to the water from his house. There's a staircase that goes down to a small dock.
yeah.
Well, we might as well check there. Maybe we can have something. Oh, no.
Oh God.
God in Himmel.
We might have a reason to use this scroll.
I wouldn't use it yet. We can always kindly just do this, and I'm guessing this is gonna be some kind of roll as I just kind of bend down at the end. God damn it, Pope.
This time I at least held my breath.
Yeah.
It's a little different looking down in the water. There's like, how do I put this? It looks kind of lived in. Under the dock is what could be chairs and what looks like scrolls and other things. Like, it almost seems like someone lives down there. In the water.
Paper and water! Paper and water!
Well, we knew merfolk were a thing. Here, let me try a slightly more diplomatic approach as he just kind of sits on the edge of the dock and goes, "Excuse me, if you can hear me, my name is. I was wondering if you can hear me. I look like a fucking bloody idiot if nobody can, but hear me. We're looking for a friend. He's Tabasky. God damn, I don't know his physical description because I'm not looking at a picture of him right now.
His name is Rubus.
His name's Rubus. I know, but I was trying to go through the whole spiel of. He's about X.
This is what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow eyes, cat ears. Or is it a blue or a purple?
Purple.
I'm colorblind.
Oh, I was not aware of that. I apologize, Ren.
It's been getting worse. I should probably go see a doctor, but that costs money. Anyway, physical description and fully expecting to look like an idiot on a gamble I just took.
Roll
See if
perception.
anybody responds back. Perception?
Not 20.
There's a tiny bell sitting on the dock.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
damn.
2 nat 20s.
Nat 20. Up and gently rings it, hoping he doesn't get stabbed.
There's this strange tingling, and there's this weird whoosh of air. Kind of the first time you felt fresh air in a little while. And the water ripples. And then you see a dark head of hair pop its way out of the water. About time you called me Roo. Who are you?
His friends. He is missing.
Hello.
I assume you're the one that left all the shells.
I'm testing your root
I
of acquaintance.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know you, and I don't know any Rubus.
Insight.
Not that it doesn't sound like he's obviously lying.
Bitch, he lying. You think he's truthful, but bitch, he lying.
Eddie kind of steps closer to the edge of the dock, looks at him, goes, "Look, I'm not going to play. He's missing. I wanna find him. Something bad's supposed to happen."
Wait, what? Ruby's missing?
Yeah, we heard something. The world seemed weird, so we went and did some investigation. I sent these. Well, they went of their own accord. I didn't send anybody anywhere. That has a negative connotation. I asked them to go check on him because weird, interesting attitude aside, he's God damn it.
No, I
Interesting,
think
attitude aside, he is a friend of ours, and I don't want him to be the one that's in trouble. I don't have that many friends here.
The Mer starts to think for a moment, and then, as if suddenly noticing something, he jolts up and just looks around at the water around him. Oh,
There's no animals. Do you know something
Oh, no. Oh, damn it.
What?
Time to fucking tell him. I
Did he?
know what happened.
What
of
happened?
this? Do we need to go help save them?
Maybe.
like
Probably.
Pook whispers to Scales, "How does it work? He likes a winky."
God
That is rude. Pook.
That's what you
We
think.
it's retractable. No.
Pook, we will discuss this later. Rubus is our main concern. Is it
So,
underwater?
don't panic, but he might have been a giant snake.
What?
A giant what?
A giant snake.
Okay.
His name is Kobali, and I think Ruby might have summoned him.
Son of a bitch.
He's a ranger. How did he summon it?
I
Magic
didn't
works for
say
everybody.
that was his goal. He probably fucked something up.
Of course. Is this gonna be underwater?
Oh, hell yeah.
1 second, I pull out the scroll. And what is this, Arcana, or do I just cast it?
You just guessed it.
Okay. I cast water breathing!
Well,
Now, watch
he
me sink like
grabs
a
the
rock.
cobalt and yanks him into the water.
I jump into the water.
Maddie checks his excess equipment for a second and goes, "Well, at least I'll be weighed down," and just kind of slides off the side of the dock into the water.
Wait, did he drag Pook into the water?
Yep.
Yes.
Pook punches him in the face.
Pook, behave.
After all.
He grabbed me.
Pook, we are going to save Rubus. We need his help because we have no clue where
I
the
assure
fuck
you,
we're
he was
going.
totally not intending to get handsy with you. Pook, don't worry about it.
Pook is not that kind of kobold.
It sounds like he has a relationship with Rubus.
Yeah. And Pook is known to be cuddly.
Anyway.
You can't touch him.
We are in his element now.
Great. I'm
So
not
I
going to be
just-
able to throw my daggers down here.
I just imagine Maddie and Scales is literally just walking along the sea floor.
I'd say that if you're going to throw a dagger, it would be disadvantage. Because you're not used to the element.
Yeah,
But if you're gonna use like a sword or anything, that's fine.
my main weapons are daggers. It just means I'm gonna have to adopt Sora's fucking Atlantis fighting style for the rest of the session. It'll be fine.
Well, my firebolt spell is out of commission, but my ice knife might be interesting to use.
I don't know, I don't know, that would be up to Slow. Magic fire technically is different, but it's up to the DM.
I'd say it would work underwater.
Okay, and poison breath would probably be a bad idea.
Please don't kill the ecosystem.
That's why I'm not going to use it.
Pook is just like looking at Sapphire like,
Why are you hugging me?
It's not.
okay.
I doubt he was intending to hug you.
He just yanked you into the water. You tried to punch him, and he dived out of the way. He's not even near you.
Pook, calm down. Remember what we're doing here.
So, Sapphire, this been a thing, if you don't mind me asking.
Okay, so I don't know how to sum this up, but and he's like super dramatic. Like this is one of the most dramatic people you ever met. Okay,
Oh, what the hell is that?
Holy shit.
sorry.
What happened?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's alright, we're just making sure nobody was dying. Damn.
I just moved my computer. It literally made no
It was just
noise
like-
for me.
We heard.
Okay.
I honestly
So-
thought a dog was attacking a mic.
Okay, so he's just very dramatic. His arms move and everything when he talks. It's like, so basically, what's been going on is I have been courting Ruby, and I think he tried to reciprocate. So score one for me.
I see. Well,
Bad
at least
news.
somebody.
I think he fucked it up
Mhm.
and accidentally summoned a creature, and now the creature's trying to marry him.
That's
Weird.
Yeah.
That is not the weirdest thing I've heard all week. Pook has some weird stories. After this is all said and done, we'll have to tell you a few.
Pook is just like,
Anyway.
I told you elections, never share those.
Anyway, so murder or otherwise liaison with a giant fucking snake. Boy back and work all this mess out.
Earth does not know how
Unfortunately,
babies come from mermaids.
Unfortunately, I do not know Aquan. Does it speak primordial?
Actually,
Very
check
late.
what it speaks.
At the very least, if it starts to be an asshole about it, we can always do this the human way.
Let's
Kill
see.
everything in sight.
Abyssal, infernal. Just say it speaks common because it's old.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go see Snaky Boy.
Sapphire leads you to this like cavern, like a couple miles off from the coast, and he just kind of looks down at it like, so.
Geronimo. I jump in.
no, I think Pook is just like, the moment the cavern is there, just, Pook! Adventure!
Yep. Maddie just walks to the edge, watches them jump off, goes, "Yep, it's a Tuesday."
Do I even
And
want to
just-
know what a Friday is?
Friday's fun. Friday's when I get my hour of peace and quiet. It's wonderful.
Wait, what is when Pook's helping Grandma?
Like I said, when I get my hour of peace and quiet.
I enjoy Wednesdays. The library's nice and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
She barely yells at me.
Oh, let's go ahead. If anything bad happens, it ain't any. Well, so got a question that just occurred to me, and probably just occurred to Maddie. He looks at Scales and goes, "The water thingy last?"
It was a very high level spell, since it was a
Couple
group thing.
hours.
Yeah, we've probably been at, what, an hour and a half?
I'd say half an hour.
Oh, okay.
Pook is currently riding Sapphire like a mount.
You have free reign to smack him.
Sure, whatever you need.
No, he just hears from Pook like,
He can certainly try.
That's a
Oh,
snake.
boy.
I imagine that's Maddie's first reaction as he pops up and actually can see the snake. He's just like, "Yep, that's a snake."
At least we are in a confined space.
Okay, so you descend into the cavern slowly because you're underwater, and you see
Mhm.
this giant snake wrapped around itself. And in the center, you can see an unconscious Rubus.
Oh, love him.
How do you want to approach this? Diplomatically at first?
One sec, guys.
It
I'll be
has
right back.
not yet noticed you.
okay.
You know what?
Pook is
You,
gonna roll stealth.
Scales, why don't you, yeah. I was gonna say, somebody who's better at the talkie thing.
Yeah! Danger Noodle! Danger
Yep.
Noodle!
Pook just yells danger noodle. Let's see. Let me
As
look at
Maddie-
what
as
its
Maddie
passive
just Maddie just tries to find
Passive.
a corner, but probably gets ruined by the fact that Pook starts yelling. He's just like, "Oh, the shadows are pretty nice here. I could have." Oh god damn it!
Danger Noodle!
Oh, you just got out of his perception. Nice. Perception is 12.
Oh, thank God.
Well, when combat comes back, I'll actually move into the position I want to take.
Yep.
Because my intention is combat's a sorcerer. Charisma is his good skill. I've got a pretty high deception, but
I apologize for that.
but before we finalize any kind of even diplomatic plan, how do your social skills look? You know, deception, persuasion, intimidation.
Oh, I have 5 in persuasion.
5 in deception. You get to be talky.
It is a snake. What do you think its chances of it knowing Draconic?
Pretty good.
I'm assuming we're still underwater, so swim forward and shout in a large voice, "Greeting, almighty Leviathan serpent," in Draconic.
The snake lifts its head and peers at you.
Danger Noodle!
Hold on. Okay, so it's directly in the center of that fucker. Sleight of hand check is it gonna be to sleight of hand a human being out of a snake?
Yeah. No.
Nat 20, he pulls it off. Oh.
That one. You have joined him.
I mean, I kinda have to try. Because I feel like Maddie would try. Maddie would be that overconfident in his abilities, considering he's really good at taking things.
We
But
apologize.
continue your conversation, and I'll move as needed.
We apologize to disturb you. We come seeking our friend, which appears to be safely within your coils. But my name is, and I just say some name in Draconic. I just wish for my friend's safety, knowing that he is, safe with you, and so long as he continues to breathe underwater, that is enough for me.
This boy has offered himself to me. He is mine.
Prepare for something stupid in 3, 2.
The Pook is standing right here. Oh.
Okay.
I had to try. I'm sorry, but as a one shot, I had to try. He just kind of tries to lean in and like grab his hand.
4.
Okay.
Just like whispers to Sapphire, like, how fast are you to Danger Noodle?
No. Just no. You do not put
I'm
it down.
just asking.
Not you.
I
You do.
imagine he doesn't notice me, but I still can't get it
Yeah,
out of his
you
giant
pull a couple
instinct.
times, but he is wrapped up in there. And if you tried to get a better, you tried to get a better grip, you would be putting weight onto him, and he would notice.
I'm just gonna, because I technically had to come out of stealth for that. That's why I'm glad he was distracted. I'm gonna attempt to stealth back into his shadow and let them continue the conversation. If it goes south, stab.
Okay, you go back into stealth.
Well,
Surely a great serpent would like something better, an entire village to worship you.
Pook is just like,
Wait, what? I thought we worshipped the sun goddess. When
Are
was the memo chain?
you offering more souls?
Why would we? You are a great and mighty beast. How many times have we prayed to gods, and they have never shown us to us?
like as he says that, Pook just chimes in.
I don't know. Tiamat gave me a pretty good hat.
he's he's a
Can you
he's
even
a few
understand what he's saying?
I speak Draconic. I'm a kobold, remember?
Damn it.
And I understand he just said Tiamat, the
Being
evil one.
mortal. Do you understand what you are offering? You are offering the lives of all those people. I am no god. I am no protector. I only wish to feast.
Oh, you're not a god. That means you can be killed. I should, ice knife at it.
You get disadvantage, but okay.
Disadvantage?
Well, I mean, you would get advantage for the sneak attack, but you'd also get disadvantage, so yeah, just normal.
Why? Because we're underwater?
Yeah, because we're underwater.
Pook is like,
Shooting
just like
anything or throwing anything will be a disadvantage because you're underwater.
It's a magic spell.
Oh, then you're fine.
Can Pook just like walk up to the snake like,
Excuse me, Mr. Snake Person.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
that
Mr.
that
Snape.
does not hit him.
However, one second, let me click the spell because it has added effects. So spells is Ice Knife. There it is. Hit or miss, the shard then explodes. Each creature within 5 feet must succeed at a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
Well, there.
Oh.
Would I technically be within 5 feet? I know the guy we're supposed to be saving can't exactly make a dexterity throw.
That's true, but I was figuring I was aiming it like more at his head.
Luke is just gonna look at Scales like,
I don't think this thing has any knees I can stab.
I don't think a 7 makes it. So
Oh
I
no, I was
think-
rolling for something else. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to. I guess that's the signal. So.
Yeah, so dexterity
So.
saving throw, and I think the spell save DC is 13.
His AC is 14.
No, I didn't hit. But there's a thing. Hit or miss, the shard explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet, aiming at his head so it won't hit Rubus, and must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage. That's hit or miss. So it needs to beat a 13 for a dexterity. It beats it.
I guess that's the signal. Let's see if
Yep.
Yep, no, not hitting that AC apparently.
Foolish mortal. Now you all shall die.
oh,
Jesus.
yay! That's only 9 points of slashing damage.
Why'd you roll twice? Why do you get to roll twice?
Because I have an offhand
I
weapon.
think he has 2-weapon fighting as his fighter style.
Yep.
Because he did change classes before we
Okay.
started.
No
Because
longer a fighter, I am a fighter. Poop just climbs onto his back and stabs him in the eye like,
I guess we're doing this. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked are we?
It made it very clear it was not going to be solved peacefully. So honestly, best result.
At least we got Fishy Boy.
Okay, so I need everyone to roll initiative first off. Let me bring up the door order.
Okay, where is initiative? I have my token selected.
14.
Macro for it.
16.
Nope, this setup doesn't have a macro. So
Oh no!
no, there it went. Took a hell of a long time.
You forgot
Oh,
to
thank
click your
God.
token.
Yep.
22,
Outside
14,
run is a lot
16.
faster than this thing.
That song sounds familiar.
It's like something from Zelda.
Yeah, it sounds very Zelda-y. I was thinking it might be that,
You need to roll
It sounds very
again. You
Linkin.
didn't click your token.
Yeah, you forgot to click the token.
It was clicked.
It still didn't.
Oh,
Didn't take.
let me see if I can do it. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just got to go, so it is the snake's turn.
Oh god, no.
It's gonna go
that
for
was the sneak
scales.
attack round, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Who's it gonna go for? The one that stabbed or the one that tried to stab it?
The one that stabbed him. He's gonna go for Book.
God damn it.
Think has more HP. It'll be fine.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake. Okay. What's the damage on this baby? They have 12
You
hit
have to-
points.
You have to make a DC, or you have to make a check of some kind.
Target must
Let's do
make
the
a DC on a fail save or half as much damage on a successful one. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I'm gonna assume Constitution because that hits me.
Yeah, because it's poison.
11. Yeah. This kobold gonna
That
die.
moment, the merfolk isn't fighting.
Oh, Poop got beat. Oops, Poop got bit. How much damage?
Okay, so it's. Oh god. Oh, you're dead. Oh god.
What?
Could this happen
Okay.
to me?
I think I'm gonna Google this to make sure I'm reading this right.
Is this like CR10 or something? We're level 1!
Fine, I did not think it is okay.
Giant poisonous snake. Wait.
Looking at what
Oh, I
this
passed the
attack
save.
is.
I passed the
Okay.
save. I'm alive.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, which I was not. Okay.
I'm alive.
We'll see. Okay.
You're either dead or alive and in tremendous pain.
Okay. So the first attack is a 1d4 plus 4, and then you have to also be hit by poison, which is 3d6.
And I think I passed the save.
Oh,
DC.
God.
Lamara, tell me what's the damage on the poison.
I'm rolling.
'Cause I'm pretty sure I take half of it.
Come on, all.
Ah, come on.
Please, please, no 3/6s. Please don't kill Pook. He's a young boy. He has a family. He has a family waiting for him back home.
If we can get
Little
him
kobold
out, we
brother.
can at least get Mermaid Boy.
Can you at least tell me I passed the save or something so I get half that? Please?
Sure.
Okay, so that's 6 plus 2 plus 4. Six
Oh,
plus 2 plus 4. That's 8, 12, 6. Okay, I'm unconscious.
Well, the good thing is you can nat 20 a death save and be back with money.
If Sapphire has any healing shit, I'm pretty sure I'd be happy about it.
I'll say that each of you have at least 2 healing potions. Minor.
Yay! Someone heal Pook.
Well, I'm next up on the list, so that's the plan.
This happened to Pook.
You made your mistakes. Pissed off the GM.
I pissed off the snake.
I have a plan, but the rest of the party's not gonna like it.
Are we sacrificing the cat?
Getting the cat out of here and then bring down to Fish Boy and then just bring the whole cavern down. Somebody's got a spell that probably does enough damage to knock a wall down. Mage.
I have a few spells, but not a lot. Anyway, so is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna swim over, pop right near his mouth, pop open a healing potion and shove it in so he drinks it. And then I am casting Firebolt.
2d4 plus 2. Should I roll it, or should he roll it?
I'd say he roll it.
Okay, 1 sec. Let me minimize that. Pull up dice roll. 2d4 plus 2.
Oh. You shouldn't have been able to sneak up on him in the first place. He has blind sight. So even if he wasn't looking at you, he would have known you were there. Okay, but yeah, you get 8 hit points back. So you are awake.
I use Firebolt.
Okay,
Swallow.
that hits.
17.
No.
Ding.
I just like maybe shoot in its eye. Come on, your big dumb snack.
Wait, if that thing bit me, does that mean it just swallowed me whole?
No. It just kind of grazed you. It grabbed your arm, bit down, then released because it'd be funnier to watch you die from poison than anything else.
You know what? Pook is gonna go inside the dragon's mouth.
God.
Pook
I
is
guess
literally
roll a
gonna sit
dex
inside this thing.
or acrobatics. Acrobatics.
I have advantage if it comes down to grapples. Let's fucking do this, bro.
Roll acrobatics.
Oh wait, acrobatics. Okay, wait, hold on. 18.
You make it. You are in its mouth, I guess.
I'm gonna start stabbing. I'm just gonna remove its fucking. Can I use the short swords to like literally pry off its fangs?
You can try. Roll damage.
Okay. Main hand.
You
Off
hit.
hand. Damn it.
Don't hit.
I don't know.
9
He's
damage.
inside. What do you get a
Yeah, you pull out a fang.
I'm still inside of its mouth, like yeah.
Yeah, you are now holding one of the fangs. Roll a con save.
Damn it.
As this is a poison snake.
But I thought it's just the poison inside the fangs.
You ripped
but you
one
just ripped
out.
off Yeah, now this poison's going everywhere.
Yeah, you would have ruptured the sac, unfortunately.
You take 7
Damn.
damage.
I'm at 1 HP.
God.
The point was for him to attack me. I'm a green dragonborn. I have resistance to poison.
Well, it's gonna have one fang to bite you with.
It's not gonna attack me with you in its mouth.
How the fuck is it gonna bite me though?
It has advantage. All it has to do is bite down.
You are in
But it
its
can't
mouth.
poison itself.
It's immune to its own poison, you idiots!
Anyway. With this craziness, I'm gonna look over and notice that the merman isn't fighting, and I'm just gonna yell over to him as I'm taking a swing. Fire! You wanna see him alive again, you better fucking help!
Save your boyfriend, damn it!
There's a fucking kobold who has more balls than you.
as I just flash at it from the back
I think
with
the
a
pain in
dagger.
its mouth just blinded its.
With a dagger. Daggers.
And sneak attack. You can't
Get
do
my
all
D.
of it.
I do get my D6, don't I?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's on a crit you get your sneak attack, I believe.
Okay, so 5 and then a D6 because I don't have it programmed to roll the D6. 1 second.
Well,
So
you also
8.
double that, so
So yeah, 8 doubled to 16. Shankity, 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 shankity.
plus the 3, which is 21. So
I think the yeah.
No, what they do in
I
5th
think
edition is when you just roll double the dice, you don't double the final number. And I don't think you get sneak attack on your, or you don't get a critical on your sneak attack.
I swear it's on all damage dice.
I might be wrong. I think I was trying to do something.
It doesn't say it. I have the sneak attack thing pulled up right now. It doesn't say it doesn't benefit from crit.
Okay, then that would be up to Slow.
Yeah, it would be up to you, Slow.
Sorry, what?
I crit,
And
and as I was yelling at him, does sneak attack get its crit benefits? It's up to you because it doesn't clearly say, and we're not sure if it's all damage dice. Because I'm gonna have to roll the D4 again.
I would say
Or
no,
contriving.
not in this fight.
You have your own
let me
potions, Pook.
let me roll. Ooh, 6. 3 of it's piercing, so it's 11 total because the five on the 5 and 6 is 11, and you said sneak attack doesn't get a boost, so 14 total. As he just kind of stabs at it angrily. Or its fangs all bare mine. Also, I kind of want to make a knife out of that dragon, that thing.
We'll get it,
uh,
my friend. If I
I
survive.
realize if that thing hits, I'm fucked. So I might as well do some damage.
So I need Pook to make either. I need you to make some kind of save because, like, it's about to swallow you.
Can I roll Can I roll acrobatics?
Sure.
Okay, I have advantage when it comes down to stuff like this.
Okay.
Thank God for being a kobold. 23.
Okay. You swim out of its mouth right before it chomps down on you. Congratulations. But then it swings around to Maddie, who has
God.
just stabbed it in the ass.
I'm gonna look neighborhood rogue. How's it go? I'm just gonna hope for a miss.
Oh no, that's damage, sorry. Yeah.
I guess if you want to keep that damage, that would put me squarely at 0 before the con save.
Nah, roll again.
I mean, I damaged the poison sack.
Yeah, so I'll roll just do d6. Jeez. I'll roll on d6 for poison.
Yay.
Because I can tell you, as long as if I don't nat it, I'm not gonna make the con save. Con's my worst stat. Makes it. Yeah. Fuck me sideways. -6.
Well, Sapphire's turn. Sapphire is also gonna try and stab it.
Being Sapphire's a higher level than us. That's all I'm hoping.
Oh, I'm still under Giant Snake.
At least all my death saves. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Did
he
Sapphire
kill it?
just kill it?
It had 7 health left.
Darn it. Oh well.
The
Yeah,
lovers played
it's
the beast.
dead.
As Maddie's just floating there, bleeding profusely.
I am using another health potion.
I'm at -14.
You
Oh,
go
no,
to
I'm
zero.
at -6.
You go to 0 when you go below 0. So when I use a health potion, you get 7 HP back. So you're at 7.
Anybody get the ow? Anybody get the number on that snake? Ow.
1 second. Let me make sure all the poison's out. And just gonna bullshit the poison, but
Yeah.
okay, time to get your boyfriend to get Rubus out of here and leave.
Ugh.
I am gonna go up and take a sample of that poison though, and I believe Pook has the fang.
Pook has one of the fangs.
Maddie doesn't care. Shit, even if I am almost near max. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Pook, that was very stupid, by the way.
I know, it's my Tuesday.
Okay, this might be the worst Tuesday I've had in a while.
The worst Tuesday you've had so far.
Find me.
Damn it, stop moving!
Oh, sorry.
Out of curiosity, I'm gonna roll what I was going to do and just see how much damage it would have done, because I think... Oh, hey, guess what? I probably could have killed it myself. Yeah, I would have killed it with my magic missile. Oh well.
Well, excuse me. This thing can one-shot most of us. I was like, hey, boyfriend.
I know. I was just curious.
Pook is gonna take one of his final healing potions.
There's no point in me trying to restore 1 HP.
I
In a
used
one-shot.
both of mine on YouTube dealings.
Oh, here, have it back. Have them back. Just hand you the potions back. Don't make a big deal out of it.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. That was out of character. Okay. So is Rubus like unconscious, or does he need to be healed? Is the question.
He's unconscious. He doesn't seem to be harmed.
So, is this one of them, and this is just Maddie being facetious, is this one of them, true love first kiss bullshit situations?
I don't know, but it's, they get to deal with it. It is none of our business. He is safe, and that's all I truly care about.
Yeah, let's
roll
go tell
medicine to see if I can wake him up. I just slapped him across the face.
Wake up!
He doesn't wake up.
You would have that 20 medicine?
Oh, I didn't know you were medicine. Fine, you slap him and he wakes up.
Well, that's not the way, the fairy tale way I would have had it.
No, it's
Oh,
not the cobalt. It's the cobalt fairy tale way.
that hurt.
Remind me not to marry Cobalt.
Where are you? What is going on?
You summoned a giant sea serpent, and these two nearly died, and your boyfriend just killed it to save you.
So yeah,
I slap him. After being reminded of that, Pook just slaps him again.
That's for trying to get him killed.
I don't
Hey!
think he was I don't think he was intentionally trying to get us killed.
It was undoubtedly an accident.
He made me
Just-
wet.
Just be
Not
more
bad.
careful, Rubus.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Sorry for the train.
when you get done you two are gonna do now that everything's okay. We'll I'll be at the elder's house.
I am going to the library and see if I can pay back for that scroll. It was very useful.
Pookie, can I have the Oh, Pookie, really?
I I just look at him like, did you just call me Pookie?
Slip of the tongue. Excuse me. It's been a long day.
He had a lot of poison coursing through him.
It's been a long day. And unless you're coming with me.
Yeah, I'm handing him the
see
fag.
the
No, I hand him the fag.
Well, you two have fun.
I have a couple more hours of this.
I just hold up the vial of poison. Did you want this poison, Matthew? I was planning on having reviews.
I know. The thing should be enough of proof.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to the elder. We can all have a little powwow later. You two looks at the and goes. You two, have fun, I guess. And he's just gonna walk away. Ow.
And that's where I'm gonna call it, because I have work in the morning.
Okay.
That's fine.
This was
You had
interesting.
fun with this. Flo, how did I tug your heartstrings with Pook?
I love little kobolds. I love that voice too.
I agree. If Sandwich dies, we need Pook and Kings or Gods Among Kings or
Yeah.
whatever.
I can live with that.
God, Pook. I'm honestly okay if we actually find a good point to have Sandwich retire. I'm actually okay with that.
I don't know, at this point, Sodi's about to stab him as many times as you keep attacking me for no reason.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, you
Who knows? I could have
screaming
said
this
she
whole
retire
time.
him now and just got Pook when you guys are at the island.
Now, let's do this naturally, you know?
I went to get Fang. I got lost.
I went to the kitchen. Get here from the kitchen. I am not a clever kobold.
How did you end up in the ninth circle of hell?
I don't know. I just went to get a chicken wing and then it suddenly happened.
He accidentally became the leader of the revolution.
Okay, that would be wonderful. Just Rathan walks in all serious, like, okay, what the fuck needs to be done? Is that a kobold leading a rebellion?
He's just sitting at the round table at its head, with his just sitting on the chair, like the biggest chair, just flipping over, just looking totally bored. Then you walk in the room and it's like, hi.
Hello. I'm here to lead a rebellion or something.
Oh god.
And someone tries to assassinate him and he just stabs him in the eye.
Turns out, Laura's sister just let him be in charge because he was too damn cute.
Yeah.
Just.
And it's like you ask her, like, why would you do this? I mean, she just looks at you, looks at him, looks at you, and goes, look at him.
Hi.
I think at that point, Rathan would have probably had enough of this shit because that would be after whatever happens when we go.
It's like, just let the city burn. Let it burn. I'm done.
No, Rathan would look at this and be like, alright, I was gonna institute democracy when everything was over anyway. Run for office.
Meet the goddesses, destroy itself, become a leader.
Oh, well, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
And, you know, Caterpie doesn't.
And
Isn't
that
able to
was
come back that way.
just a Tuesday. If I upload this on YouTube, I'm just calling it Tuesday.
fucking. No, I just imagine.
You got
Walking back, going, fucking hate Tuesdays.
I'd hate to see Monday.
no, it's like
No,
like Pook
I'm just
returns to
imagining,
town
like,
after
if-
all of what happened out of what happened in the other game.
Hi! I'm back.
What did you do?
I ran a rebellion.
How did that work out?
Everyone died.
On your side or on theirs?
Yes.
Both. Both. And then just cut to Rathan. Kingdom's fine. Everything's fine. A lot of people died, but you just cut to Rathan at the corner of a bar, just going, "Goddamn fool."
No, he's just going, and there's a dude sitting next to him, and just like, fucking Tuesday. Ah.
Didn't you used to be royalty? Yeah, who gives a fuck? It's Tuesday.
Excuse me, I have to go
Just like
update
that.
the Cards Against Humanity to say fuck Tuesday.
Like Pook is essentially like,
Oh yeah.
like, how'd you get here?
Got us.
What happened?
I was looking for a thing and then I got lost and then I met Billy Lady.
Which one?
All.
Yes.
You just meet Chibi's
Oh,
mom
no,
and like, I need you to find my daughter. Okay. What was I doing again?
Okay.
I was like,
Okay.
like a week later, returns covered in blood.
I met the child.
What happened?
I killed the father.
Oh my god. You don't even know who her father is.
I
Yeah,
have
don't want to play
theories about a lot of things. Because
yeah,
that's
so many theories.
because that
I
book-
want to hear all of your theories, but I need to stop recording before we do that.
Okay, stop recording. Get some
Good
sleep.
night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Just
care,
another
everyone.
Tuesday.
Night people.
Yeah.
Night.
Okay.